You are not tired because life is hard. You are tired because your entire day is built wrong. Most people think their problem is laziness, low discipline, bad motivation, or not having enough time. That is the trap. Because when your system is broken, even simple things start feeling heavy. You wake up already behind, you check your phone before your brain is awake, you eat too much because you are stressed, you delay small tasks until they become monsters. You tell yourself you need a huge life reset. But that is exactly where people destroy their future. They wait for a dramatic transformation. While their career slows down, their health gets worse, their confidence drops, and their opportunities quietly disappear. And almost nobody realizes this. Japan solved many of these problems with habits so small they look almost stupid. But these habits are not cute lifestyle tricks. They are hidden systems. They control your energy, your focus, your stress, your self-respect, and the way other people experience you. So if your mind feels noisy, your life feels messy, and you keep feeling like you are falling behind, these 8 Japanese habits may expose the real reason. Let's start with the first one. 1. Kaizen. Stop trying to rebuild your life overnight. The biggest mistake people make is trying to change everything at once. New routine, new diet, new workout plan, new sleep schedule, new personality. And your brain looks at that plan and says, absolutely not. That is why most people quit. Not because they are weak, because the plan is too threatening. Kaizen means tiny improvement every day. Not becoming a new person by Monday, just becoming 1% harder to defeat. For example, if your room is a disaster, do not tell yourself, I'll clean the whole place tonight. That sounds heroic, but it usually becomes trash. Because once your brain sees the size of the task, it starts negotiating. Maybe tomorrow, maybe after dinner, maybe when I have energy. Instead, pick up one shirt. That sounds too small. Good, that is the point. One shirt becomes two, two becomes one corner becomes momentum. This works with everything. Want to exercise? Do 5 push-ups. Want to read? Read 1 page. Want to fix your career? Send 1 message. Want to stop being overwhelmed? Clear 1 small surface. The person who tries to fix everything usually collapses. The person who fixes one thing every day becomes dangerous because they are no longer waiting for motivation. They are building proof, and once you build proof, your identity changes. But small progress is useless if you are walking in the wrong direction. That brings us to the second habit. 2. Ikigai. Find the reason your effort actually matters. Some people are not exhausted because they work too much. They are exhausted because none of it feels connected. They answer messages, pay bills, finish tasks, go through routines. But deep down, they feel like they are pushing a shopping cart with one broken wheel. Always moving, never aligned. Ikigai is your reason for getting up, not some fake motivational quote, a real direction. Because when you do not know why you are doing something, every task feels heavier. A workout feels pointless. A job feels like a cage. Studying feels like punishment. Saving money feels boring. Discipline feels like self-torture. But when there is a reason behind it, effort changes shape. You are not just working late. You are building freedom. You are not just learning a skill. You are buying future options. You are not just waking up early. You are protecting the person you want to become. Ask yourself 4 brutal questions. What do I actually enjoy? What am I naturally good at? What problems do people come to me for? What could eventually create value or income? Your ikigai is not found by sitting in a room waiting for lightning. It is built where those answers overlap. And this matters because a person without direction becomes easy to distract, easy to manipulate, easy to delay, easy to waste. But even with purpose, your body can still sabotage you. That is where habit 3 comes in. 3. Hara Hachibu. Stop eating until your brain shuts down. That heavy feeling after eating is not normal productivity loss. It is your body sending an invoice. Most people eat until they are full. Then they wonder why they feel slow, foggy, sleepy, and useless for the next 2 hours. Hara Hachibu means eating until you are about 80% full. Not starving, not dieting like a miserable monk. Just stopping before your body says, "Why did you do this to me?" Here is the problem. Your stomach does not send the "I'm full" message instantly. There is a delay, so if you eat fast, your body is already full before your brain gets the news. That extra food becomes mental fog. You sit down to work, but your brain feels wrapped in a blanket. You were supposed to edit, study, write, clean, plan, think, but now all you want is the couch. The hidden mistake is eating on autopilot. Plate full means plate finished. Snack open means snack gone. Food in front of you means mouth active. Try this instead. Halfway through a meal, pause. Ask, am I still hungry? Or am I just continuing because the food is there? That one pause can save your afternoon. Because your energy is not only about what you eat, it is about when you stop. And when your body feels lighter, your mind becomes easier to control. But food is only one part. Your brain also needs silence. 4. Shinrin Yoku. Your brain was not designed to live inside screens. Most people do not rest anymore. They switch screens. Laptop to phone, phone to TV, TV back to phone. And then they say, I relaxed. No, you didn't. You just changed the shape of the noise. Shinrin Yoku means forest bathing. But do not make it complicated. It means taking your nervous system into nature and letting it calm down. No podcast, no scrolling, no filming it for Instagram, no pretending a walk is only useful if it burns calories. Just trees, air, walking slowly, looking around like a normal human again, because modern life keeps your brain in alert mode. Notifications, deadlines, opinions, comparison, noise, artificial light, bad news from 5 countries before breakfast. Your body starts acting like danger is everywhere. Then you wonder why you cannot focus. A short walk outside can interrupt the spiral. Not because nature is magic, because it removes the inputs that are frying your attention. Try 10 minutes, no headphones. Phone on silent. Look at leaves, look at the sky. Walk without trying to achieve anything. At first, it may feel boring. That is not boredom. That is withdrawal from overstimulation. And when your mind finally gets quiet, another problem appears. Perfection. 5. Wabi-sabi, perfection is quietly ruining your life. Perfection sounds noble, but most of the time it is fear wearing expensive clothes. You delay the project because it is not ready. You avoid posting because it is not perfect. You refuse to start because the conditions are not ideal. You compare your rough beginning to someone else's polished result, and slowly perfection becomes a prison. Wabi-sabi is the acceptance of imperfection, impermanence, and incompleteness. It does not mean being careless. It means understanding that life is always slightly unfinished. Your room will not stay perfect. Your plan will change. Your body will have bad days. Your work will need revision. Your relationships will have awkward moments. That does not mean everything is broken. It means you are alive. The person obsessed with perfection spends half their life stuck at the starting line. The person who accepts imperfection gets feedback, improves, and moves. Here's the question. Is this actually a problem, or is it just not perfect? Most of the time, it is just not perfect. That video draft is usable. That email is clear enough, That workout still counts. That conversation can be repaired. That messy first attempt is still movement. Perfection makes you freeze. Wabi-sabi lets you continue. But continuing requires another skill. Doing hard things without turning them into a personal tragedy. 6. Gammon, stop making every discomfort a drama. This one hurts. Because most people do not just suffer through tasks, they add a whole movie on top. I hate this. This always happens to me. I can't deal with this. Why is my life like this? I'm so tired of everything. And sometimes the task is small. Sending one email, washing dishes, going to the gym, having one awkward conversation. The task takes 10 minutes. The drama around it steals 3 hours. Gammon means enduring difficulty with patience and dignity, not suppressing your emotions, not pretending pain is fake, but refusing to turn every uncomfortable moment into a full identity crisis. Because your brain learns from your language. If you keep saying, I can't handle this, your brain starts believing you. If you say, this is uncomfortable, but I can do it, your identity changes. That is the hidden system. You are not only completing the task, you are training your nervous system to stop panicking every time life asks for effort. Next time you feel resistance, try this. Name the discomfort. This is annoying. This is boring. This is awkward. Then do it anyway. No speech, no negotiation, no dramatic funeral for your comfort zone. Just action. Because what breaks most people is not the hard thing. It is the story they tell themselves before doing it. And once you stop creating inner drama, you start noticing another source of stress. The chaos you create for other people. 7. Omoyari. Your life gets harder when you create friction. Most people think kindness means being nice. But omoyari goes deeper. It means anticipating how your actions affect others. And this is where many people quietly sabotage their own life. They interrupt. They leave mess behind. They make people repeat themselves. They arrive late. They speak without noticing the room. They create small problems everywhere they go. Then they wonder why life feels tense. Social friction is expensive. It costs trust. It costs energy. It costs opportunities. At work, the person who creates friction gets avoided. In relationships, the person who creates friction becomes exhausting. In a family, the person who never thinks ahead makes everyone else carry invisible labor. This is not just about being polite. It is strategic. People who are easy to live with get more peace. People who are easy to work with get more chances. People who reduce friction become valuable. Before you act, ask, will this make someone's life easier or harder? That one question can change your reputation. Send the clear message. Put the object back. Lower your voice. Be on time. Explain before someone has to chase you. Do the tiny thing that prevents a bigger problem. Omoyari is not weakness. It is social intelligence in action. But even if you improve your habits, your purpose, your food, your mind, and your relationships, something will still break. That is the final habit. 8. Kintsugi, stop hiding the parts of you that broke. Most people do not suffer only because something went wrong. They suffer because they are trying to hide that it went wrong. A failed business, a ruined friendship, a bad decision, a lost opportunity, a year wasted, a version of themselves they are ashamed of. So they cover it. They act fine. They avoid the topic. They pretend the crack is not there, but hiding damage keeps you trapped inside it. Kintsugi is the Japanese art of repairing broken pottery with gold. The crack is not hidden. It becomes part of the object's beauty. That is the lesson. Your mistakes do not have to become your identity, but they do need to become information. Ask what broke? What did it teach me? What will I build differently now? Maybe you trusted the wrong person. Gold, you learned boundaries? Maybe you wasted years chasing approval. Gold, you learned what emptiness feels like. Maybe you failed publicly. Gold, you learned you can survive embarrassment. Maybe you lost discipline. Gold, you learned your system was weak. The goal is not to pretend the crack never happened. The goal is to repair it so honestly that it becomes strength. Because the strongest people are not untouched, they are rebuilt. Final message. Japan does not rely on motivation to change life. That is why these habits matter. They are small systems. Kaizen teaches you to start smaller. Ikigai gives your effort direction. Hara Hachibu protects your energy. Shinrin Yoku resets your nervous system. Wabi-sabi frees you from perfection. Gamen teaches you to act without drama. Omoyari reduces the friction around you. Kintsugi turns damage into wisdom. And here's the part most people miss. You do not need to change your whole life tonight. That is how people fail. Pick one habit. 1. Use it today, not someday, not when life gets easier, not when you feel ready. Today, because your life does not collapse all at once. It collapses through tiny, repeated mistakes, and it rebuilds the same way. Tiny, repeated corrections. If this made you realize your system is the real problem, subscribe for more videos like this. And if you want to understand why Japanese daily habits can also change your body, your energy, and your belly fat, watch my other videos. It may change the way you see your entire routine.